just to let you know, this background I chose today for the people of Ukraine so that we can remember them and send our support, because it's been really disturbing these last few days to hear the Red Party talking about cutting off funding to Ukraine as soon as they get installed in office, and that would be devastating. So we've heard that this thing might be winding down by the end of the year, which would be ideal because then that wouldn't necessarily be a big issue. But I just wanted to put that out there and encourage you, if you feel led, to, send your love and support to Ukraine as well. And if you didn't know, sunflowers are kind of like the symbol of Ukraine. So that's why this background. The backgrounds always have some kind of a meaning, whether you know it or not. It's something I choose each month very purposefully because, this is all about bringing our intention and our purpose for the higher good of everybody. So let's officially begin. Welcome everybody to the November 2022 Ask Your Guides live event. I'm delighted to have you here. We're going to be going down through the questions in chat in order. If I miss you, it's not personal. I just skipped a line and overlooked you. Then just give me another note and let me know I missed you. If you could all mute yourself, that would be really helpful in case there's any background noise. That'll keep the recording clear for everyone else. All right, so let's see who had the first question up here. So Denise J, you asked if you should post your question, so I'm going to take that as your question. Go ahead.
Good morning, Deborah and everyone. Thank you so much. This is my first time on this website, but it's not the topic, the field's not unknown to me, because about 14 months ago, my son, who was 39, died unexpectedly and suddenly. And so, of course, there's always this feeling of unfinished business when that happens, and actually that comes a little later. In the beginning, you're just numb, and the grieving goes on. So I heard you say something when I was listening to listening to October, I think, Deborah, and you said something about you need to be in peace in order for something to flow. Well, I am calm now after a year, but I can't really say I'm at peace because, it's only been a year. But in the beginning, there were signs from my son, and they were extraordinary. 3 of them actually answered no to the question, is there any other explanation for this? And there isn't. So I'm sure that he was in touch with me, but I was still kind of in shock, and I didn't even realize it till later. Well, I did have a session with a local medium. That was my first ever. And in that session, he told me that I still had work to do. And because I wanted to know why he left. Did he get a chance to come back? And if he did, would I be able to be with him again? And he said, well, not for a long time. You have work to do, Mom. So I have not been getting any signs that I don't ask for anymore. The last one was on his angelversary, and it was a pretty good sign. But my question is to my guides that I have not been able to identify yet, but I know they're there. If I ask for signs now, Deborah, and dear guides, whoever you are, will I be getting them from my son, or has he already reincarnated?
Okay, so for Denise, her son, has he already reincarnated? No. It would be very unusual if he had, Denise. They generally take some period of time. It doesn't happen real quickly. There's a lot of work to do once they get over there and process. And, I'm sorry for your loss. But I'm glad you're stepping up. You're asking for help and moving forward. So you will keep getting signs both from him and from your angels. Just expect that.
Well, I did this week, which is why I was so glad I got your invitation. I'll be very quick. I got the numbers 444 3 times in 24 hours, so I had to look that up. And it sounded to me when I read it that it means it's time for me to move to the next step, a project or work or something that would be something focused on honesty and justice, which has always been my thing because I was an advocate. Is it okay if I don't go into some work that my son suggested? Because what he suggested, I don't feel adequate for. So would it be okay for me to decide on something that will help me grow? I think my life's lesson was about increasing compassion, but without it having to do with the very thing that harmed or hurt him.
It's always your choice.
It is?
Your
Okay.
angels and guides only give you suggestions. Of course, they've got that higher view, so they're giving you for your highest and best interest suggestions, but you always get to choose. I would encourage you, if it feels like it's stretching too much, to consider it. If not now, maybe down the road, and see if maybe you could do it later, but always your choice.
Well, I mean, my son said to the medium that he suggested that I try to support mothers like me, but it would be in the mental health field, and that's what I mean about I don't feel adequate. But
Okay.
he suggested it, but he didn't say
Just one
only.
thing I want to insert in there for you, Denise, and this is not putting anybody down, but no channel or medium psychic is 100%.
Okay,
Their own opinions and things can come into it. You don't know 100% that that's what your son is telling you. So if inside
okay,
your intuition is telling you that's not the right fit, then she maybe got it a little bit wrong, and that's okay.
okay.
All
Oh,
right.
thank
So
you.
always, what I tell you, what anybody else tells you, always take it with a grain of salt. If it doesn't feel true to you,
Okay.
then you honor your truth.
Oh, thank you. I have to go away tomorrow, and I'm not worried about Gaia. I'm not going to worry about that, but I am so relieved to know that he could still be with me, not in a new life yet.
Yeah. Even
Thank
if he's
you.
in a new life, our souls have the ability to be in multiple places at once.
I have read that.
Yeah. So he can still be around. You can still connect with him, even if he reincarnates
Thank you.
while you're still here. Yeah. You're welcome.
Okay.
Dave, you're the next one who said question. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here. Good
Hey,
morning.
good morning. What's up?
So I'm wondering if my dad, my aunt, or my cousin have any messages for me from the other side. And I'm looking for direction, like always.
Okay. So for Dave, dad, aunt, who was the other person?
My cousin Andy.
Dad, aunt, or cousin Andy? Anybody have a message for Dave this morning? I'm getting a visual of somebody kicking your butt, Dave.
For what reason?
It's like take action, stop second guessing, stop procrastinating, take some action. There's a lot of heel dragging I can see.
But what action? I'm not sure. I started writing a book,
Okay.
and I've only gotten like 4 pages in, but it seems like
Celebrate
it's
4 pages. That's great.
but I just can't get myself to keep writing. I'm not sure which direction to take with it, or
Okay. Is it
I don't know.
because you feel like you have to write it from beginning to end? Is that why you're stuck?
No, I'm just like the tack of the story. I'm not sure if I want to go. Yeah, I just don't know.
So whatever you're feeling inspired to write, write that. It doesn't matter what order it is. You can fix that at the end when you start editing.
That's
Get
what
the
editors are for.
pieces done. What's that?
That's what editors are for.
Well, no, they won't know what order you want to put things in, but they'll clean it up.
Yeah,
It's just if you get stuck because you're thinking you've got to go from A to Z, that'll block you and you won't ever get it written. So whenever you get the inspiration, a story comes to you, stop and write that down. You don't have to put it in order. It's just getting the words. That'll unblock you and get you going. But is the book the thing you're wanting to kick his butt about? No, it's not the book. What else have you been contemplating doing that you haven't done?
well, I was trying to sell the house that didn't sell, so I took that off the market for the next few months. That's the only other thing that I got. The rest is just I want to do something, but I don't know what. I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something, but no
Well,
clue.
it's always about what brings you joy. So don't put supposed to. That's a weight that it stops you from moving forward because then you're judging that it's not the right thing. It's what brings you joy. It lifts you up, feels wonderful. Go do that. So what about Dave's shamanic work? Yeah, that's where it's at, Dave. That's where you're holding back. That's where they're kicking your butt. Stop it.
I could see
Because
that.
you know in your gut that's the right path for you. And the longer you procrastinate, the more
It's a-
you are missing opportunities for yourself and those you will help. And right now we're moving into this accelerated timeline where
I
you're needed.
think it's a lack of confidence in my abilities.
Everybody feels that, Dave. Do it anyway. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's your intention that counts. You move
Okay.
forward, you do the best you can. You'll hold the angel's hands and you just keep moving forward.
Okay.
Take
Thank you.
baby steps, get out of that box, start doing it.
All right, I will. Thank you.
It's time. You're welcome. Shirley, good morning. What's your question?
Hi, Deborah. Hi, everybody. Well, my question is regarding something that I have a spirit friend that I communicate, an admiral from the Royal Navy. He did tell me that the war would be winding down. For several months, he's been saying it should be winding down by Christmas or just after.
That's wonderful.
But he says he doesn't read the future. He only reads the current energies. But he made a suggestion to me, something he never does. And he suggested I think about starting a YouTube channel leading other people in prayer, which to me sounds absolutely alien to anything I would ever want to do. And I told him I don't think I want to do that. And he asked me to think about it. And I just want to know, is that something my guides would agree?
Okay.
He's not a guide. He's just he's become a spirit friend, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. So for Shirley, would it be an optimal choice for her to start a YouTube channel leading people in prayer? I get a big yes on that. But of course, only if it's something you can really get into and enjoy, Shirley.
I can't even imagine it at the moment.
Are you on any other social medias?
Facebook.
You could do on Facebook if that's more comfortable.
Would be just as uncomfortable.
Okay.
The idea that I would lead someone in prayer, I don't. He's just saying that prayer is so important, and if we only knew how powerful it was, if we could see the results from his side, he said you'd be in prayer 24 hours a day. It's so powerful, and he thinks that I can. Maybe because I'm not affiliated with any religion or any church or.
It doesn't have to be. It's energy and intention and love. You've got the wisdom, you've got a body of knowledge you bring with you, and you have confidence in what you know. So just share what you know. And then from there, share what you're led to share, because your channel's going to kick in and you will probably be channeling the prayers anyway. How can that be bad?
Well, I wouldn't care about the channel kicking in. I would be more comfortable if nobody watched. But is that something that's a good? Is that something that my guides think would keep me on my path? That's what I want to know, really.
So the YouTube channel with prayer, is that on Shirley's spiritual path? Another big yes, Shirley. It's like, find a way to do it if you want to take that guidance. You don't have to, but it would be an optimal choice for you.
I just want to be of use. I mean, if that's where I can be of use, then that's, okay. That's what I want to do.
When Linda G does her prayer videos, they're very popular. People are needing more. And you would speak to a different group than she would because your voice is different. And right now, wouldn't that be a way for you to step up and help bring more light workers on board?
Yeah, that's what I'd love to do.
If you want to be of use, that's a big way to be of use.
Okay. All right. He's never wrong. So thank you.
There you go. So tell us next month about your YouTube channel.
Okay. Will do.
Okay. Sarah, good morning. What's your question?
Good morning. How are you?
Terrific. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. My question, okay, I have two. Firstly, I was in a car accident this week.
Oh, sorry.
It was okay. Actually, it was a really oddly positive experience given that another car crashed into me. But my question for my guides is, do I need to pursue the medical insurance or can I ignore it?
Okay. So for Sarah, would it be an optimal choice for her to pursue the medical insurance after this accident? Oh, I get a no on that, Sarah. That's really peculiar.
No, it's not really because I don't tolerate traditional. Well, I don't do well with normal medicines. I'm allergic to half of them, and I don't normally go to the doctors. You see, so I can't get homeopathy here, but I practice Reiki myself, and I'll find another more natural means of getting help for myself. But obviously, it just means that I have to pay for it. But yeah, I find it very stressful as well going through things like that. So that would probably be more of a negative for me than a positive.
I see. Yeah.
It sounds unorthodox, doesn't it? But it's what works for you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, and my second question was, what should I be studying or dedicating myself to at this time?
Okay. So for Sarah, what would be an optimal choice for her direction of study at this time? I don't know if you're feeling drawn to it, but some kind of healing arts, Sarah.
Been doing healing for animals.
So healing for animals, is that an optimal choice for Sarah right now? That's optimal. And would it be wise to expand that? Oh, interesting. No, you can focus just on healing for animals, and that's sufficient. Does
Great.
that help?
Yes, very much. And any other message from my guides, please?
Okay. Anything else you want to share with Sarah? Oh, your angels are wrapping you in bandages, you know, a metaphorical caretaking. So they just want you to know that they're close by, seeing to your needs, imbuing your body with healing energy. So they are facilitating the healing that you're doing on yourself. They want you to know that you're not doing it alone.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you
You're
so
doing
much.
it with their assistance. Yeah.
That's great. It was the strangest feeling because I felt that the whole experience was meant to happen. And as I say, it was an odd, really positive experience. The lady was really nice. I connected with her. We talked, and there was no real problem involved with it. It just, and I kept just saying, just go with the flow, just go with the flow. So it was this oddly bad experience that was good. So yeah.
I think, Sarah, it's important that you share that because that's a message the angels have been talking to us about for quite a while now.
Okay.
No matter what comes your way, what storm, you keep your sea legs and you flow through it. You don't
Yes.
let it upset your apple cart. That is a perfect example.
I stayed in the
So,
center. I listened to the lady. She explained that she was in a hurry. Her son had missed the birth. And I followed my instinct as opposed to listening to my brain because I had to do things differently, but it all worked out fine. So,
yeah. So as long as you stay in the flow, everything will work out for the best.
yes.
It's when we get into worry and panic that we make bad choices from ego, and that takes us off our path. So thank you for sharing that. It's perfect for now.
It's great. Thank you all for being here to listen. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Heidi, you have a question?
Yes, thank you. So there was this guy I worked with whom I felt an unusual dynamic, and I'm curious about the nature of our relationship and how we were meant to affect each other, and if we'll ever see each other again or affect each other further.
Okay, what's his name?
Zach.
Zach, okay. So for Heidi, Is it highly likely she and Zach will cross paths again? Yes. Is there a potential for a long-term relationship between them? Yes. Is that what you want?
Yes, but I'm much older than him and he is with someone else. So it seems quite unlikely, but I appreciate that.
Yeah. So is it in the near-term future that they'll cross paths again? And it's going to be a while. But there's a spark there for a reason. And they're saying, don't worry about the age. That's irrelevant. Because you're both ancient souls. So what does age have to do with it, right?
Yeah.
The
Is he
connection.
someone I knew in another life? Is that why we have such an unusual dynamic?
Okay, so were they connected in a past life? Interesting. I get a no on that. It's an energy match. It's more about that.
Wow, thank you. And do my guides have any other messages for me?
Anything you want to share with Heidi? Believe in yourself. More belief in yourself, because you are this amazing, beautiful, perfect soul. Stop being hard on yourself. Let go of all that self-criticism. Just move forward in love and light with the confidence that you can't get it wrong. It's your journey. It's all just lessons along the way and expansion. So less self-criticism, more self-love as you move forward.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Epiphany, good morning. What's your question?
Good morning. Okay, so my question arises for my daughter. So my mom passed 6 years ago this month, and my daughter just has not gotten over it. Like, it's just really still like when the day comes, it's always like it's that day, and it's just lots of tears, and she doesn't really believe in, you know, like afterlife or per se that like we can connect with them. And so I was just wondering if you could see if you can connect with my mom, and if my mom could give Gaia a message that Gaia would know or understand, so she would, you know that she's still there and that it's okay and she doesn't need to grieve for her anymore, kind of something like that, to give a little bit of settlement to my mom's passing for my daughter.
Okay. So Epiphany's mom, is there something you'd like to share with Gaia to bring her comfort and peace? I see her holding a baby, and I'm presuming that's Gaia. She's rocking her. She's stroking her hair. She's singing to her hush little baby. So she's wanting to remind her of the love and the care, and she's saying that never goes away. That's eternal. It's always there. So what else? Something specific that will bring her peace. I see her whispering in her ear. I don't know if they had secrets together. It feels like they had a good relationship and they shared fun and games and secrets together. And I'm seeing her throwing out this big blanket, this big warm blanket of love. And she wants Gaia to know that that blanket is her love, that she can wrap herself in it anytime she's feeling that she's missing her grandma. And that blanket is her arms wrapping around her. So that is available to her. She can use that. It might be hard for her to accept it in the beginning, but that's one gift that she's sharing. What else? She's blowing her kisses. I'm not getting anything else, Epiphany. It feels like what she's trying to convey is that this is not something that Gaia can be persuaded about. She needs to come to it in her own time.
Yes.
So grandma is going to be nearby, enveloping her in that loving embrace, stroking her hair, whispering in her ear. And at some point in time, Gaia will become aware of it. It'll just
Okay.
be so consistent, she won't be able to deny it.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a real
Okay, cool.
subtle, because it feels like she doesn't want to, like, wake up kind of thing. It needs to be subtle, bringing her along in her own timing.
Yeah, like Kaya doesn't want to wake up.
She's not ready.
Yeah, no, she's not at all.
Yeah.
It's crazy because she's my daughter and I'm like so online and she's just like, nope. She's very stubborn. So I think that's
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have different paths from us and they're wired differently. So there's all kinds of variables involved, but it's like, just allow her the journey.
Yeah.
Know that the support is there and she will come to it when she's ready.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to kind of get this recording and then just show it to her, just to kind of help her understand that my mom is still there. Because they were closer than my mom and I are, they were just like so close. And I think that's why it's been so difficult for her. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and if she's willing, send her the Connecting with Guides meditation.
Oh, she doesn't meditate.
She doesn't have to. It's a guided visualization. Just put
Okay.
it on, listen to it,
Okay.
And when it calls to bring forward your guide or your angel, she could bring forward grandma.
Okay.
And
Okay,
just
that
tell her
sounds...
it's like a daydream. Just go have a daydream, and this will help her to see grandma so that she'll feel better. And tell her, it's pretend if you want it to be pretend. But if it brings her comfort, then it's worthwhile.
That's the part, is finding the comfort and the acceptance. And because it's just so heartbreaking when that day comes and then she's just so affected still. So okay, I'll do that for sure. Awesome. And then I'll just ask, do my guides have anything to share with me?
Okay. Anything for Epiphany today? It's feeling like you've come through a period of rough waters, but right now it's smooth. So they're saying, enjoy the ride, baby, because it's not going to last a long time. There's more rough waters ahead, but you're doing really well. So keep those sea legs that you've been working on. Know that you've got what it takes to come through this, because you've got this amazing team supporting you. So there's no reason that you can't come through it. But just enjoy those moments, that small period of time where it's calm. Fortify yourself during that time. More meditation would probably be good, because that's part of fortifying yourself, right? And just be in the flow as much as possible. And that will also, it'll spread out and Gaia will feel it. So it will help bring her peace too. And anybody else who's around you will be positively affected by that. So it's always a wise thing to do. Does that help?
So when you say always be in the flow, like I always thought it's like you're in the flow and just like, how do you be in the flow?
It's being aware when you hit a wall, when there's resistance, when life gets harder, staticky, sticky, stuck in the mud kind of feeling. That's out of flow.
Okay.
So when you're in flow, things just seem to all come together at the right time. Synchronicities happen, angel signs show up. Everything works out for you. That's being in the flow. So it's conscious, being present in the moment, to notice as soon as possible when you've fallen out of flow, taking new action to get back into flow.
So how do you know if just like normal challenges in life and, that kind of thing is you getting out of flow versus that just being a part of the flow?
Well, as long as you're taking action moving forward, you're fine. Yeah, some things are going to be more challenging. Everything is not going to be super simple, because you're learning new skills all the time. But there's a different feel when you're in resistance. That's the time when you just want to sit down in the mud puddle and cry because it's not working. That's when you're out of flow. Versus, okay, I'm working hard at this, but I'm making progress.
Yeah. No, there's been some challenging things and I've literally wanted to cry and I've not been able to. And I'm kind of like, okay, maybe this is just because I have to just get through this, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you need to sit down and cry in a mud puddle, you can do that and get the release. Just don't stay there.
No, but I have it like I can't. Like I can't cry. You know what I mean? Like even if I'm like, I just want to cry, it's like
Yeah. Well,
there's
you
like
don't
no
literally
tears.
have to cry. That's kind of a metaphorical thing. But
Yeah.
you know, sometimes we have to stop and have a little pity party for ourselves, get it
No,
out
for
of our
sure.
system, and then
Yeah.
move on. It's just don't stay there.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Heather, you've got a question. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Deborah. So I live in the Pacific Northwest, and whether you may or may not know it, but we're due for a really big earthquake. And when I read your article from Metatron about potential upheavals and crises, I started doing earthquake preparedness. And my question really is, should I move? Is this the best place for me right now?
Okay. So for Heather, is it highly likely there's going to be a devastating earthquake that will impact her in 2022? Oh, yes. Okay. Would it be wise for her to move? No. Is there a period of time where it would be wise to relocate temporarily? Yes. Okay. Is that the month of November? Yeah, I'm getting the month of November. Can you go on vacation? Get out of town.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Okay. That's like now. I'll have to think about that because that's not what I expected. I mean, we're
No, me
halfway.
either. Well, let's see if we can hone in on it a little bit more. So, is it the Thanksgiving week, the upcoming week? Is that when she needs to temporarily relocate? No, the following week, the last week of November? The whole week? Not the whole week. Okay. Monday? Tuesday? Wednesday? Thursday? That might actually be December. I'm not sure where it hits. But Thursday? What about Friday? Friday's iffy. What about Saturday? Saturday's good? No? Saturday she should not be there. Right. All right. What about Sunday? To get out of town for Sunday too. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Any other days that would be wise to get out of town? I get a no on that. So those are the days that were with potential for issue. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to happen, because if you were here earlier, I was sharing with the group about how the Facebook group, there's a bunch of them that are working on sending healing energy to Gaia to minimize things like earthquakes. And they've already, we believe, minimized some of them that were going to be worse than they were. So it's possible it won't be that devastating. However, being aware of it, being ready to take fast action to keep yourself safe, that's always wise. And that's what Metatron has been telling us all along. Not to be scaring you out of your wits or anything like that. It's just know that this is a potential, have a plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's helped me to start doing preparations that I'd been putting off for years and years. So it's been good ultimately for giving me a kick in the butt. Anything else? Can I ask, just a follow up? Is there anything my guides would really want me to know? And that's it.
Is there anything else you want to share with Heather right now? I'm hearing this song, Be My Baby. You know that song?
Yes.
Can you enlighten us? What's that about? My one and only baby. They're really, really doing it.
It's an oldie.
Well, that's what my reference is, right? So they got to give me things I can recognize, and hopefully you'll translate it. So for me, what that's about, Heather, is the closer relationship with your team.
Oh,
Come on, baby, let's do it. They
I
are
love
so ready to move into a more empowered relationship with you.
Oh, that sounds really good. Thank you, Deborah.
You're welcome. Barbie, what's your question?
There we go. Did I unmute?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, good. A couple little things. One, if you could pass on a hello to my mom. She passed away about a year ago, and I haven't been feeling her a lot lately, so I feel like she's kind of moved on to another space. So just a quick hello, and I love you, Mommy. And I have been seeing 11s like crazy, and every time I do any kind of research, it just doesn't seem to give me a reason. So is there a reason my guys are like having me see 11s? Like it's 9/11, it's 6/11, 11s on everything I pick up or checks or whatever.
Well, the ones in all the iterations are new beginnings.
Okay.
So do you look up the numbers when you see them?
I do, but nothing ever seems to like hit me as to what specifically it means. It always seems random. There's nothing that's resonating.
So what's coming through is they're inviting you into a constant conversation. That's why it's showing up all over the place, because it's like, we're here, we're here, we're here, we're here. Come on, let's talk. So they're really insisting they want to have a conversation with you.
Okay.
An ongoing conversation. So they
Yeah.
just keep doing that until they get your attention and you take some kind of an action.
Yeah. What action they want me to take, girl?
You
Like,
feel
I am feeling kind of stuck lately. So
okay.
whatever
Do you feel
they're
any kind of inspiration when you see the numbers? Does something come through that, oh, that might be a fun or exciting thing to do that you've been holding back on?
No, I think because when I see them, I just get so like, there it is again. And I think I get a little overwhelmed at the moment and almost worried, like, okay, what am I not seeing? What am I not seeing? As opposed to maybe focusing on what do I see or what do I feel?
Yeah. So there's the problem. When you get into that energy, it's like you clamp down and you can't hear them. So instead, when you see those numbers, have a little party, celebrate. Yay, there you are again. Right? That's a different energy. When you shift into that energy, you're more likely to get whatever they want to share with you. But let's just ask if they have anything specific. Is there anything you want to share with Barbie right now? Yeah, flow, baby, flow. Stop worrying about whether you're getting it or not, because what they're showing me is you are getting little bits and pieces of messages, but you haven't recognized that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're just minding your own business and this thought pops into your head out of nowhere, not connected to anything you were thinking about, that's your angels.
Okay.
Pay attention to that. Take action on that if you feel inspired to. Also, you're going to join us in the 21-day challenge. So you will be getting those messages. You'll learn how to do that through that process. That's the open door.
Yes. Looking forward to that. And then I've been having like some health issues, like aches and pains. Is that kind of tied to my not moving forward? It's kind of what I'm getting a feeling of, but I'm not sure if there's something I need to really be looking at. Because I'm like the other girl, I'm not really big on doctors, so I kind of do as much homeopathic as I can.
Okay, so for Barbie, the aches and pains, are these a 3D physical issue that needs attention? No. So it's a spiritual thing?
Okay.
Growing pains, baby. Growing pains. You're in ascension.
Oh, okay. All right.
Unfortunately, ascension comes with some discomfort.
All right.
It's just like when you were a kid and you were feeling those growing pains.
Yeah, I never got those as a kid, so this is all new. So,
yeah,
all right.
You're lucky.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so it's growing pains. They're right there with you. They're giving you all the signs. It's just stepping up into it. And baby step your way into it. You don't have to rush.
Okay,
And
I'm getting old, girl.
About your mom, she
Yeah.
hears you when you talk, so you don't need an intermediary to communicate with her. If you want help communicating with her, go to my website, get the Connecting with Guides meditation, as I mentioned earlier. Use that and call mom forward when it's time to do that.
Okay.
You can connect with her. You have the ability.
All right.
And whenever you think or speak with her, she's there.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much.
Mike, good morning. What's your question?
Is the book collaboration I proposed with a couple of close friends under serious consideration?
Okay. For Mike, is the book collaboration under serious consideration? I get a yes on that, Mike.
Oh, good.
Do you want to ask more about it? Like
It's,
timing or anything?
yeah, timeline on their action.
Okay. Timeline on when you'll know?
Yeah, when I'll hear from them, right?
Okay. So when is it likely that Mike will hear from these collaborators? Would it be in 2022? No. Sounds like it's a project for the new year. So first quarter of 2023? First quarter looks good. So we talking January? February? Oh, February. Okay. First half of the month? Second. Okay. So second half of February approximately.
Okay, thank you for that. And is there anything else that comes up real quick?
Anything else for Mike? Oh, they're smooching, Mike. All of your angels are smooching at you. Lots of kisses for Mike, just to lift you up out of any doldrums or uncertainty that you might have been feeling. Do you remember when I spoke to that group and the leader, I can't remember her name, but her dream is to levitate?
Yes.
They want you to know they're helping you levitate.
Cool.
So light as a feather, Mike, flow through all of this stuff and know that the pieces are being brought together for your highest good and for those you serve.
And it seems like it is. It's just like, I'm time oriented.
Yeah, but doors are opening.
Thank you so much. God bless.
You're welcome. Rebecca, you have a question? Are you still there, Rebecca?
Yes. Hi. Sorry.
That's okay.
So my questions. It's funny because I was gonna ask about an accident, a car crash I got into. So it's funny that someone asked that too. So it was a month ago, and I know that we got into these big shocks to get back on track, kind of. So I'm wondering whether I'm realigned or something like that, because I don't want to live that kind of shocks again. I don't know if it makes sense.
No, I'm not sure what the question is.
Okay. I wanted to know if after this accident I changed things, and I wanted to know if there are other things to change to get back in flow and realigned. Does it make more sense?
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah?
So
Okay.
that you don't attract another accident, right?
Yes.
Is that what you mean? Yeah.
This kind of, yeah, big.
Okay,
big
so
thing.
here's the trick about that. When you're focused on something bad that happened and you're worried about it happening again, you're attracting it happening again because that's the energy you're putting out.
Yeah.
Instead, ask your angels to come in, help you to put a protective bubble around you, your vehicle, whatever, to keep you safe from those kinds of things.
Yeah, I'm not really afraid to have it again. It's just to know if I redirect it well, so that it was I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry.
You just want to know if you're in the flow in alignment?
Yes. Okay, let's go with that.
Okay. So for Rebecca,
Thank you.
is she presently in alignment with her purpose? Yes.
Okay.
I'm feeling there's some bumps around the sides, but that's peripheral stuff and it's normal. So just keep going forward as you feel inspired.
Okay.
And know that that's good. That's all you need to do. As long as you feel good, you're in the flow. Life is not kicking you left and right. You're not driving on a flat tire, right? You're flowing along. You're good.
Okay. Thank you.
You know, sometimes we second guess and worry too much about those things.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So instead, flip the script. Be in gratitude for how wonderful it feels when you're in the flow.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Rachel, good morning. What's your question?
Oh, hi. Can you hear me, Deborah?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. Because my battery's dying, so I turned off my camera. Oh my goodness, your beautiful background is amazing, and thank you. It's been months and months and months, so thank you for doing this all for us. So my question is business related. I hesitated if I would do business or romance related, but business related. What are my guides saying? Is there any big shift or change I need to make? I mean, I feel like everything is going right. I feel in the flow, but I don't see, and you know this, like especially with regard to my YouTube, I don't see any big improvements or big shifts. And I keep thinking, okay, I'm on track. The next video is gonna make it, the next one, and it a year flies by, and I'm still like, okay, it's coming, but I don't see any big shifts. So I'm just curious what my guys have to say about that.
Okay. So for Rachel, this business situation where she's just feeling held back, can you give her a clue what that's about or what she can do? I'm getting this visual of you, Rachel. It's like you're on a bicycle and you're going forward, but you're not looking forward. You're looking off to the side. And that keeps taking you off your path because you're not focused on the direction that you want to go in. Does that make any sense?
I
like
feel I am
focus.
focused though.
It's like
That's
a split
strange.
focus. You feel your focus, but it's not. And where your focus goes is where your body goes, and in this case, where your business goes. So it's something to do with focus where it needs an adjustment. So is
That's
that about
strange.
changing the focus of the videos? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Okay. So this is what it is, Rachel. You are in resistance about changing the focus of your videos. Be more fluid, more flexible with them. It's like you're trying to stay in this little box. You're afraid that if you step out of it, that it'll be the wrong choice. But really what you're doing now isn't working. It's just keeping you in the same place, right? You're not progressing as you want to. So when that happens, it's time to try new things. Don't be afraid to try new things. Bring in a different perspective, a different topic. It's different, something different. So if you look at what people who are doing in your field for inspiration, see what's working for them. Let that inspire you. You don't have to pave this path by yourself. You don't have to get out there and run the asphalt machines and build a road. You can take paths that other people have taken. So borrow ideas from them, build upon that. But it's feeling like more experimentation. It's too much tunnel vision. That's what's holding you back. And your audience will appreciate the variety. Plus, it opens you up to bring in new people who are looking for something slightly different than what you've been doing. Don't be afraid to branch out, because that's what I'm feeling. It's like you're clamped down in fear that, oh, if I change anything, it's going to fall apart. Well, no, it's not. You're either going to go up or down. You're not going to stay the same, but you're going to learn something. And what you learn, then you can use to keep moving forward.
Okay, so that just gives me two very small follow-up questions, and one is, I feel like this is the topic I should talk about, like quitting your job and having more freedom, and it feels good. It feels good. So are my guides saying I should completely change that topic, or just a slight variation?
Well, let me ask. So are you saying that she needs a topic different from quitting your job and being a digital nomad, having that freedom? A totally different topic? No, it's variations on it. It's okay. So remember they showed you in the beginning about the focus being over here when you're going here? It's like that. It's the same core topic, but coming at it from different directions.
Okay.
There's more ways to skin a cat, is what they're saying. Sorry, cats, but it's like approach it from different perspectives. Because if you keep doing the same stuff, people are going to stop watching because I already heard that message.
Yeah. Okay, so it could be, for example, about the fear and about a mindset and about some steps and just anything that has to do with the topic. Okay.
Yeah.
So the final small follow-up question is: Do my guides feel I need more of a guidance from a coach in this field, in this, like a YouTube coach or something? Would that be optimal for me to have more sessions with a coach?
Okay. So would it be an optimal choice for Rachel to work with a YouTube coach? No. They're saying, Rachel, you've already gotten all this coaching. It's
Yeah.
taking what you've got, using it in more creative ways, thinking outside the box, having more fun with it. Because, when you get in there and you're really hunkered down and you're working so hard, you lost all the fun, the joy of doing it. So find a way to bring the joy of creating these videos and sharing your message. When you inject the joy, they're going to feel it and they're going to respond.
Yeah, it's funny. The fun and the joy keeps coming back, and you're right. I'm just so focused on making it happen and growing and studying and studying and studying, and I don't know anymore how to have fun and joy. It's just
baby steps. Find something that's fun and do that and allow it to expand. But it's like the guy in the boat who kept saying God's going to save me and turned away all the opportunities. You know that story?
Yeah.
So what's happening is you've got your head down, focused on going on this path you believe you must go on. And you're just all clamped down. So you're not seeing all those things they're bringing into your path to inspire you. It's lighten up. Bring more fun.
Any advice on how to do that? The fun and the lighten up and seeing the opportunities?
It's go back and reflect on what made you feel that way in the past. And if you can't find that, then just ask your angels for inspiration for something different to try. But it's definitely the fun is lacking. It's so serious.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Deborah.
Because think about what you're inspiring them to do. You're inspiring them to be these free spirits, to quit their job, to go start a whole new life. And that's an uplifting, fun energy. So that's what it is, Rachel. Your energy is a mismatch for the message.
And I keep thinking it's a title, I have to study the title. Come up
all
with
those things too, but it's the
Yeah.
energy that controls it all.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Nancy, what's your question? Is Nancy still here?
Yep. Can you hear
There
me
you
now,
are.
Deborah?
I see you. Yeah.
Hi. Thank you. Quick question. My life has been sort of constantly involved with people who have struggles with substance problems. All right. A lot of suffering, a lot of substance abuse. Starting from when I was a young girl, my mother was a terrible alcoholic. I feel like that was the path that I chose when I came here. What am I supposed to learn from this? Because it's really emotionally very, very unpleasant for me and for them too.
Yeah. Do you feel like you have to save them?
Maybe. I don't know. That's why I'm asking for guidance from my guides, because I think intellectually I know that I can't. It's their path. But I want to know why I chose my path to cross those paths.
Yeah. So just understand that you choose your mother and presumably your father, but that can change. So you choose your mother and you choose her either based on past life karma that you want to resolve, or you choose it based on an energetic match for the path that you want to go in this lifetime. So when you incarnate into a family with a lot of victimization, and that would be, it's about you learning to step out of victimization to embrace your power. So this lifetime is all about breaking out of that, knowing that you can't save other people. They have to choose to save themselves. It's not your job, and it's taking you off of your soul path.
Okay. All right. That makes a lot of sense. But then what is my soul path?
The thing that brings you joy. And you see, if you're so involved in saving other people, you don't have any room for your joy. So you may not even know what that is. It's time to find out.
Okay.
Because here's the thing about karma that you need to get. When you choose obligation, responsibility, and you don't want it, you're doing it because you feel like you have to, you are telling the universe to bring you more of the same. By your choices, by your words, by your thoughts, you're creating your karma and your reality every day. So start choosing Nancy. What would make Nancy feel good? What does she want to do? Put you first. When you do that, you lift yourself up out of that victimization. You empower yourself so that you can have that higher vision, more clarity about where you might want to go next. Then those opportunities that will start to show up. Right now, you can't see them because you're blindfolded, taking care of everybody else.
Right.
And know also that it doesn't matter if they're family or not. It's not your job to fix them. That's their soul journey.
Okay, that makes sense. And that's absolutely true. I have no idea what brings me joy anymore. I mean, I know some things, of course, but I really don't.
Lean into the things that you know. Do more of that. Give yourself that space. And here's the thing, there can't be a vacuum with energy, right? So if you declutter your energy space of all that negative energy, you've opened it up for positive to come in. Tell your angels, ask them for help. Let them know you want them to bring in the positive, to bring in the inspired ideas that you can then take and run with.
Okay.
It's also for you about connecting with your inner child and finding that joy. It's okay to be silly. Go to the playground, play hopscotch, go skipping, play jacks, anything that you did when you were a kid that you enjoyed. Dive into that a little bit, see how it feels, and then allow it to expand into something that's, more age appropriate that you would feel good about. But start there. Be that child. Step into that energy of joy, wonder, and delight at this grand world that you're a part of, and all the opportunities and excitement that await you. It's like you're a kid going to the carnival. What do you want to do? What do you pick first?
Right. It's kind of overwhelming. There's a lot of choices.
Yeah. So just pick one, play with that for a while, see how you feel, because your energy will be shifting as you do that, which then opens the door for more good stuff to come in.
Okay, great. That's excellent advice. Any other messages from guides?
So anything else you want to share with Nancy? I'm seeing you in one of those, it's that attraction at carnivals with the glass where you walk through and you're trying to find your way through all the mirrors and the glass. Yeah. So there you are, you're stuck wandering in that thing. It's like a labyrinth. And they're saying, you don't have to do that. Look up. Here we are. We'll lift you up out. You don't have to stay stuck in there. So it's stop looking at the ground, lift your eyes up, focus on your bright, beautiful, happy future. One step at a time.
Thank you.
And if you can, I would highly recommend you do a soul introduction, because then we can dive into what your gift is. We can find out about things that might be an energetic match for who you are and get you moving faster.
Explain to me what that is. What's the soul introduction?
It's a reading that I do. It's a special reading where you meet your soul and you find out who you are at soul level. You recapture that so that you can then express it in this lifetime. It's sacred and profound. It's the most profound thing you can do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Amanda, you're up. What's your question?
Sorry, I had to unmute.
Yeah, no
so my question is, I've been contemplating a trip to Ireland this summer, and I'm wondering if my guides think that is an optimal choice.
Okay. So for Amanda, is it an optimal choice to go to Ireland this summer? Oh yeah, that feels really good. And it's like, I'm seeing all these flowers blooming out of my heart chakra, blues and purples and greens and yellows. Yeah. So I don't know if there's something extra special for you about Ireland, but that was a really peculiar kind of hit.
Yeah, it was I'm thinking about doing a writing retreat there. So it's probably, not just a regular vacation. And just if they have any other messages for me, that would be great.
Okay, anything else you want to share with Amanda? I'm seeing you in the guise of a bird and you're flying. You are flying because you're getting the higher perspective. You don't have to stay down among the weeds. You have the power and the ability to soar up above, to enjoy the ability to do that for the first thing. But secondly, to be able to have that higher vision, to get a different outlook on who you are and what you're capable of. It's soaring for your soul, expanding who you are, what you want to do, where you're going. It's just more and more and more. It's expansion. You're going through this big expansion phase. Does that make sense?
It does. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Sarah, S-A-R-A. You have a
Hi.
question. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been just receiving like the last couple of weeks some just interesting feelings, some like old feelings coming up regarding the past relationship, and I just don't know if that's something that I just need to let go of or do something about, and I was just wondering if there's any guidance around that.
Okay. So for Sarah, what's the deal with this past relationship that's haunting her? Is this something she needs to revisit? Would that be optimal? No. No, big no. Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything just in general that they're trying to tell me, just, you know, in regards to anything in my life right now?
Okay. Anything else you want to share with Sarah right now? Yeah, don't get stuck in the past, Sarah. Move forward. Don't look back. You remember what happened to Lot's wife when she looked back?
Mm.
You don't want to be a pillar of salt. You want to keep moving forward. So just look forward to your bright future. Focus on you and creating what will bring you joy.
Mm-hmm.
That's always the best answer. You don't want what's back there. You've done that. It's over. You're excited about what's to come in the future.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you want to eat leftovers the rest of your life, or do you want a beautiful new banquet?
I do like leftovers, but yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Does that help?
It does. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Victor, when you meditate, you feel an electronic hold on your body, like being wrapped in a circle of electricity. Not uncomfortable, but feels like you're paralyzed. You can move, but you decide if it feels good in trance, like you're going to stay there. Should you work on trying to break free and relax? The thing about that, Victor, if it doesn't bother you, if it's not scary or feels like it's holding you down, it probably is you stepping into your channel, whatever that looks like.
Okay, thank you, Deborah. Thank you for taking my question.
Yeah.
All right, so it's not necessarily, because sometimes I do get to relax if I focus on my heart chakra for a bit, and then it comes back. And I was just wondering if that was something that was probably not conducive to my growth and development, but
Well,
pretty
let's
much
just ask to be sure.
sure.
But it doesn't feel like it's anything negative. So for Victor, this thing that happens in meditation where he feels like he's being, what did you say, held down?
Yeah, sort of wrapped like in a circle of electricity. So not really being held down, just frozen, basically like in paralysis, basically, like feeling just an electric feeling.
Okay. So in meditation, feeling like he's wrapped in electricity. Is this purposeful? It's about expanding. Yeah. So should he also focus at other times on relaxing? Is that important? No. They're laughing, Victor. They're saying you're relaxed or you wouldn't be feeling that. You opened the door enough for that experience to come in. Now ride the wave and see where it takes you. There's probably a little bit of fear about what it means. You know, some people, when they start channeling, they get scared because they don't know where it's coming from, if it's safe, all of that stuff. So what you can do is you can say a prayer before you start. Make it your intention to connect with your Akashic records, because when you're doing that, you're safe, you're protected. It's all love and light. Then whatever the experience is, you can accept it and know it's good. But if you just start doing it out of nowhere without that intention, that connection, then who knows where it came from.
Got it. Thank you, Deborah. I have one more question, if you don't mind. When I was 18 years old, I had an experience of like a force either being pulled or coming into like my base, the base part of my spine. And it felt like a force was actually coming in, and it was so powerful that it jolted me and kind of startled me awake, because I was in a like semi-conscious state. So I wonder if they can clarify what that was, or whether it was a Kundalini awakening or not, because I've heard that it's
Sounds
something
like
similar
it.
to that.
Yeah, it sounds like it, but we'll just ask. So for Victor, what was that thing that happened with his root chakra and all that power that he felt at 18? Was that Kundalini? Yeah. It was a beginning. It's not done yet. It was a beginning. Is there anything more he needs to know about that? No, it'll happen in stages, because if you got it all at once, it would be overpowering, more than your body could handle. So it'll come in stages. If it happens again, don't worry about it. Go into relaxation, just allow it. You don't want to be in resistance. But yeah, it's part of your ascension process.
And indeed it was, because right before the pandemic, I got something similar to that, different in a more profound way. It was more intense. So I could see what you mean as far as in stages and
Yeah.
phases. Thank you. Is there anything else they would like to share with me?
Anything else for Victor? Debbie, you still here? I'm seeing you ice skating, and to me, that's all about
I'm here.
being in the flow, right?
Hi.
You're just gliding.
I hadn't put a
There's
question
no
in. Hang on, let
resistance.
me turn
It's
the
just
TV off.
flow. Beautiful.
Ah,
You
Dan
can
didn't
put
realize
any
I was
music
still
to
on. I got
that
my
you want,
headphone on.
because
Can
it's
you
the
hear me?
soundtrack of your life. I hear you. Yeah. You get to
Okay.
decide. You are the man. You're in charge.
Sorry that I
Just go
wasn't
do it.
ready.
Take that action. And you will
Humbly
feel so
grateful.
wonderful.
Thank you, Deborah. Humbly
You're welcome.
grateful.
Debbie, glad you could make it. What's your question?
We're actually looking at retirement work right now. And so I guess that's my question. What does Metatron have to say about me retiring? There's two things. I can pay back a refund. We just found out I borrowed like $630 many, many years ago, 1983, 84. And to pay it, if I pay that back, it's $15,000. I don't think we're going to do that. And then, so then the other question is when should I retire? Should I retire this year, at the end of this school year, or should I wait till 66 and 2 months?
Okay. So for Debbie, what is the optimal retirement time? Is it 2022? No. Is it 2023? Yes. Is it the end of the school year in 2023? That would be good. And what about waiting until she's 66 and 2 months? Would that be optimal? No, you need it sooner, Debbie.
Okay.
If you can do it, the end of the school year, that's the best choice.
All right. That's kind of where my heart is at too. Quite frankly, I almost retired last Friday. Where I actually just was going to leave and find another job. The toxicity with my kiddos is pretty hard. But I met with our new director, and she and our sped director had a very interesting take. So ask Metatron if I'm in the flow now, please.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you what they said.
Is Debbie in the flow right now? No.
Oh, okay.
Feels bumpy. Remember that? Oh,
yeah.
It might have been more over a year ago when you were on that bumpy gravel road.
It was
Feels like
like
that
4
right
years ago. Yeah. 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 I'm in the same classroom, as I was and the same school
Oh,
way back then, which is interesting, right? Actually, it was 7 years ago when I was in this particular classroom. Do I need a different position?
okay. Would it be an optimal choice to switch to a different position at this present school? That would be good. Is that a possibility?
I don't know. Let me tell you what they asked me to do. So I have two different sets of kids. I have replacement kids that are low level, and then I have my EBD kids in the same classroom. And so I was keeping the educational academic training moving forward, but my emotional kids, my true setting free kids were falling apart and walking out of the room, or yelling and screaming and swearing at themselves, each other, and me. And so like my energy couldn't take it anymore on Friday, and I couldn't handle it. So on Monday when I came in, they had me do a different position for the day, and then after school we talked for a long time, and my director would like me to do something called student voice learning, where we find their passions and we go down that direction. And she told me just to take a few days to just get in the flow with the kids and build a relationship similar to what we do with our horses. And so we started playing games, and they have social emotional learning boxes that nobody had opened up yet this year. They're really awesome. And so what I did is I started bringing these boxes up filled with social emotional games and resources, and I'm having the kids review them, open them all, make sure they're out of their packaging, play them, decide what they think about them, and we're making a slideshow that we're going to contribute, everybody will contribute to in one way, shape, or form. So that's what we're doing right now. That's why I asked if we were in the flow, because things have been going really a lot better, not perfect, but a lot better than they were since my mom died. I feel like my energy, because of all of the things I've gone through in the last year, is really low. So that's why I'm asking where and what I need to be doing. So I think it's me, which is why I have the bumpy road, but maybe it's, I don't know. Any more insights to that, I'll be quiet.
Okay. So what else can you share with Debbie about the bumpy road? Oh, it's your lack of decision. You're in this space of indecision, and that causes the bumpiness, because it's like you're bopping back and forth from one side to the other because you haven't picked the path yet. And
Okay.
remember, you can't get it wrong. You can make a
Yeah.
choice that later on you decide wasn't the best choice, and then you change it. So if that is your attitude,
Yeah.
that it's just, okay, I make a new choice, rather than, oh, I screwed up, I failed, whatever. Get rid of that self-talk. That's
Okay. Just
standing
make a
in your
decision to go
power.
with it.
And when you do that, your energy will shift. You'll have more confidence. That will be conveyed to the children. That might be what's missing for you.
Yeah,
Because
you very well might be right.
You went into this year with so much excitement that this was a great placement, everything was going to be good, and then you got off track, and now you're back in
Yeah.
self-doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in a really low place.
You're
There's no doubt
second
about it.
guessing yourself, and no, you don't need to be doing that anymore. Been there, done that. You've learned that lesson. So now it's just feeling your way into what is the best choice for you? What would bring you the most joy and satisfaction and peace?
Yeah.
You need the peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then do
Okay.
that. And
So
you know, it might
if
take
I do that,
several-
what? See, now I'm confused.
Well,
I'm
it might
confused
take
only
several things until you find the thing that you want, right?
But at this school?
Well, let's just ask, would it be an optimal choice for Debbie to move to a different job? No, they're saying stick it out. You can make it work, but a different position would be optimal at that school, and then retiring at the end of the year. So those answers are still valid, but along the way, there's a lot of decisions you have to make on a day-to-day basis. So stop worrying about everybody else, get recentered, focused on what Debbie wants. Do that baby step at a time. That will get you back on your path.
Okay. Sounds good.
It's like
Thank
you're
you.
a kid who's learning to ride a tricycle and you're going like this, right? Because you can't go straight.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm trying to do what the director wants me to do, and yet still stay true to myself. And so it's exactly that, zigzagging back and forth. Okay. Thank you, my friend.
You're welcome. Feel better.
I will.
Sydney, what's your question?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Oh, yay. Thank you. I just asked for guidance and information from my guides today.
Okay. So what would you like to share with Sydney today? It's peace, Sydney. It's peace that's missing. I'm seeing you walking outside in the crisp air, standing, just looking around in this peace and calm, soaking up all of your surroundings, taking a really deep cleansing breath, filling your lungs with the sweet, pure air. It's self-care. More self-care right now. Maybe a little slowing down.
Slowing down.
Slowing down, focusing on you for a bit, filling your tanks so that you're ready. Because it's feeling like there's this accelerating energy just a short distance ahead of you that you're going to be needing to be on your game for.
Yeah.
So take the time right now, slow down a little bit, recenter, do the self-care so that you're ready to hit the ground running when that door opens that you've been looking for.
That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Donna, I missed you. Sorry. You're welcome, Sydney.
Hi.
Hi.
So I would first like to know what Mama might have to say after she had her graduation her life graduation this past Monday at the age of 96.
Okay. So, Mama Peggy, what do you want to share with Donna today? Oh, honey, don't worry about me. You know I'm fine. No fussing. No fussing. Get out there. Get your butt moving and play some poker. You got permission. Go do it, girl.
Oh, that's so funny. So, thanks, Mom. I knew that Mother was never a conversationalist with me. Mother's a get her done girl. And, it's like, stop talking about it. Just go do it. Even if you do it wrong, just go do it. She was one that always said, go hug a tree, by the way, which I love. So, what are the messages from my guide team?
So, what would you like to share with Donna today?
Other than listen to Mom.
Yeah. So they're wrapping you in this amazing embrace. They're all standing around embracing you, filling you with love, because they know there's that empty feeling right now. And they're telling you it doesn't need to be that way. You can fill it right up with your own joy, with your expansiveness that you've been on hold with for so long. Now it's time to really kick life into high gear. Go do those things you've been waiting to do. Don't hold back. It's Donna's time, they're saying. And what that looks like might actually be different than what you anticipated, and that's okay. It's about finding what feels good and doing that. So more playfulness for sure, because there's a lot of, serious energy that has been there, a lot of heaviness. I'm seeing you like spring cleaning the house, but energetically releasing all that heavy emotion, all the trying memories that were there, some oppressive. It's time to throw that off like a blanket, open the curtains, air the place out, a fresh start.
Well, we're actually doing that with closets.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yesterday, I took the rear of the van was completely full of boxes with clothing. I asked Mom if it was okay to share everything she had. She said, well, maybe. At least touch each garment and see if that might fit you or feel good for you. And so I kept maybe 20 garments out of a huge closet. So, and it went to, where am I going to take it? I wanted to take it. People say, well, we'll come get it later. I wanted to take it now, yesterday. And there's an abuse center for women and children. And I muscle checked everything, and that's the one. So I took it over there. I got there before they closed yesterday.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
What I'm hearing is it's important that you do this quote spring cleaning now, because when spring gets here, you are going to be already off to the races. You won't have time.
Well, and you're true, because I was scheduled to launch November the 2nd, and I knew that Mother was nearing, and I simply had to focus my attention on her. And the next time I could be on a podcast to launch it was March the 1st. And at first I thought, that's too far. And then I went, no, it's not. Now it's 3.5 months, and that's a perfect timing to get going. So, and you said something about the fact that it's not what you think, something else. So what is it? What else come up when you said that?
Remind me what I said.
It was like you might not be doing what you think you're doing. It might be something else. And I'm just curious as to what that might be.
Okay, so can you elaborate on that? It might not be what she thinks. Any details about that? They open the door of this closet that's full of hats, and they take the hats and they're tossing them around. Donna, you got all these hats. Which ones are you going to choose? Because you can't wear them all at the same time.
I know.
So it's your time to really refine your vision of who you want to be, because you've been dabbling in this and dabbling in that, and yeah, that's kind of fun, but it's time now. You've got the space now to really get serious, but still playful, and move forward with that meaningful mark on the world that you want to leave. It's going to be a deeper imprint if you focus it on a smaller array of things. That makes sense. You can't wear all those hats at once. Somebody needs to do those things, but it doesn't all have to be you. So you pick the ones that are the most fun, that feel so wonderful. Do those. It's time.
Yeah, that's why I'm sure that's why I finally found someone in graphic design to hire, so I don't get sucked into the design concept of it. I can let that go. But I must admit, I have to say, I'm glad that flushed down. Thank you, Sydney. We went to the bathroom with her. She didn't know that.
Oh no, sorry.
Sorry, I just
need a little levity.
Yeah. Oh, well, the fact that Mom said get back to the poker, and so let me do one final asking when I release it to everyone else. And by the way, I love being here. I'm grateful to be able to come on today. Is it, you said to really make the significance, the thing that would really imprint huge is to win the World Series of Poker Main Event Championship, the first woman, and of course my age, I'll be the oldest. So, and I mean, I keep hearing that time and time again. The thing of it is that it takes Olympic training. It's not a case of just sitting down to play. it takes a long time. And is that the direction that is with that would give me the highest profile so people would listen about the mind shifting?
Okay.
Because
So for
it is the
Donna,
mind shift.
yeah. So for Donna, is the optimal choice to focus on the women's poker championship? Yes. Yes. And they're saying, knock it off about the Olympic level training. You've already got it. It's muscle memory that's going to kick back in. You're just a little rusty. You just need a little finessing. So if you go in with the idea that it's this massive mountain you've got to climb, then that's what it'll be. But if instead you go in, you've got everything you need. This is, what's the word? This is your property. You own it. You've just got to go claim it.
Yeah, and yeah, you're right. Yes, thank you very much for that. And you said that, interesting enough, you said the women's championship. Thank you for that. I could have two of them, because I actually see the main event of the World Series of Poker Championship, not just the women's championship, but the main event. So is it in the highest and best interest for me to focus on attaining that?
The general one as opposed to just the women's?
Yes. It's
Okay.
not the general one, it's the bigger one.
Okay. So is it highly optimal for Donna to go for the big kahuna,
the big ring,
grand world championship of poker? Yes. It's what your
Okay.
heart desires.
Okay.
But oh, Donna, they're also saying, by the way, P.S., you don't have to prove anything. You've already proven the mind shifting works. Do the poker because you want to do it for the joy and the accomplishment. Don't do it because you feel you've got to prove mind shifting. That's at cross purposes.
That's what?
It's cross purposes. It's the wrong energy. You are disempowering your mind shifting work with that attitude.
I don't quite understand.
If you think that mind shifting needs to be proved by you winning the grand championship, you are disempowering your body of work of mind shifting. It doesn't mean that. It stands on its own.
Yes, it's not that I feel like that's going to validate it. I know it works. You're absolutely correct. All that does is it gives me the platform. All that does is it gives me the more people will want to hear from me because of that. I already know it works. It's evidence-based. It's science-based. It works. It's a technology that can work in a snap of the finger. So I hear that and I agree with that. So
yeah, but they're two separate things. So nothing to be proved. It's just going out there and putting the material out to the world in whatever way you choose to. And always remember, it doesn't have to be hard. If it's hard, you're doing it wrong. You're not in flow. No brownie points for doing it the hard way. The angels will show you the easy way.
thank you.
You're welcome. Glad you could come today.
Oh, delighted to be here. Next.
Linda.
Oh,
Hi.
how are you?
Glad to see you. What's up with Linda?
I just wanted to know if my sister has any messages for me.
Okay, so for Linda, sister, do you have any messages to share? She's singing Rock of Ages. Does that mean something to you?
Oh, I haven't heard that in a long time. I'd have to re-listen to it.
It's powerful because it's the Rock of Ages, right? Strength, foundation.
Okay.
Oh, so it's about you embracing your power and living your life.
Yeah, I've been focusing and getting messages, or just telling myself it's time to focus on me, because I've been taking care of other people for so long.
Yeah, you've been the Rock of Ages for everybody else except yourself.
Yeah.
So life is not going to significantly change for you until you embrace that and do it.
Yeah.
Deserve it. It's what your soul wants to do.
I know that's keep telling myself I do deserve this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just one step at a time shift. You don't have to leap, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I try not to compare myself to others. Just keep telling myself I'm on my own path, one step at a time.
Exactly.
Big steps.
Find the joy in that and really embrace the joy. Then spend some time in gratitude. When you focus on the joy and gratitude, you're going to feel better, which means you're going to want to do more for Linda and move forward.
Yeah. I've been focusing a lot on gratitude the past few weeks. So, and now joy's popping up. It's like I got to find my joy again.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think the biggest lesson I learned from all of this was letting go of trying to control outcomes or fix things that were out of my control.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big
So
lesson.
do my guides and angels have any messages or direction to help
Anything
me out?
share with Linda today? Well, they want to be sure that you're prepared because something is coming to Minnesota. There's going to be something challenging you're going to be going through there.
Okay. Yeah, I was prepared for the 18th, which was yesterday.
Yeah.
And we
And you heard
just got
what
a little
happened
bit.
yesterday.
We got a little bit of snow over 3 days, just kind of like maybe 2 inches. And today we've got wind and cold, so
Yeah.
some cold air.
You heard about Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
And that
Yeah,
was on the 18th. So
I've watched some forecasts that there's a lot of weather coming this way.
yeah, I'm not sure if it's snow, but I specifically asked for you last time about Minnesota, and I'm asking again. I got another yes that you still need to be prepared. So is it
Okay.
for the month of November that Minnesota will have this challenge? December. It's going to be in December. So the
Okay.
first half of December? What about the last half? First half is going to be where the big challenge is. Is
Okay.
it snow related? Yeah. Yeah, it might not be that bad, but I'm getting visions of like, do you remember the winter of 78 where the snow was so tall that they had to dig out for like making caves in the snow to get through on the roads? It was unreal.
Yes, I remember that because I had to do a lot of shoveling by hand. It was, yeah. And also the Halloween storm we had, I think it was in 91.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's going to be that drastic. And of course, the work that you guys are doing in the meditation group is going to help to mitigate. But it's still be prepared just in case, because we don't know which way.
Yeah, I've been trying to put up like a dome of protection and seeing love and benevolence and trying to keep some positive energy around my area and also the whole state of Minnesota. So
how is your roof?
I'm beginning to question.
You need to check that roof before it gets a lot of snow on it.
Yeah. Well, it's a townhome complex, so there's 4 units here. And I think it was in 2014 when we had huge amounts of snow that they had to come and shovel it off the roofs because there was so much.
Yeah.
And I know we do have some leakage that has come down, like the vent pipes that go out, because you can see it in the ceiling. So I'll have to contact the association to make sure that they keep up on that.
Yeah, take some action because they wouldn't have said roof if it wasn't important.
Okay. Yeah, I actually thought about that.
Why?
There you
Because I
go.
think we have some electrical issues because of that. Because some of the lights don't work. So I don't know if there's already some leaking in the attic. I don't have access to that. So
Yeah,
okay.
get on their case and do what you can about that.
Okay. I did get my generator.
That's good.
So I'm prepared on that in case the power goes out. So okay. Is there
Awesome.
anything else?
Anything else you want to share with Linda? The preparedness was big. That's what they wanted to impress upon you. So do that. And then, of course, taking care of yourself.
Okay.
Just a reminder.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Gary, is there a message from your son, Mark, or your brother, Andy? Okay.
Hello, Deborah.
Hi. Let me see if I can find you. Where'd you go? There you are. Okay. So for Gary, message from Mark or Andy for Gary. I'm hearing that John Denver song, Fly Away. Do you know that song?
I certainly do.
It's so beautiful, so peaceful. It just, you feel like you're being lifted up and flying when you hear that song. And
Well, I am
that's the
flying. Yeah.
energy they're sharing with you, Gary.
Okay. Well, I'm flying next week.
Oh, okay.
I'm flying to Panama next week, actually.
Okay. So are you talking about his flight to Panama? Is that what you're referencing? Okay. And is there anything he needs to know about that? It's going to be a good, safe flight. Yeah, I get that. Anything he needs to know about that? Okay, what? It's the joy, the peace, the calm, that energy of flying away. Oh, it's leaving the cares behind, Gary. Leave it parked at your home. Don't take it with you. All the, whatever heavy burdens you've been carrying, leave them at home. Don't take them with you. You literally are flying away from all of that.
It's kind of how I want it to be. So I do. Anyway, I have to tell you, I want to thank you, by the way, for all you do for everybody. And I'm very grateful that I did bump into you one way or the other. I'm not sure how I did, but it was godsend. But my son, Mark, passed away this past April 1st. My brother, Andy, 31 years ago. I have to tell you, some years ago, and I can't even tell you how many years ago it was, could have been 5, 10, whatever it was, but I had many, many dreams where I couldn't tell if it was Mark, my son, or my brother, Andy. It's like I know they were connected. And that's always, I don't know what the word is, troubled me, bothered me. I was very curious about it. And as far as my son, Mark, my connection to him is extremely strong. Matter of fact, he was really my life. And that's what my whole life revolved around, was him and us moving forward together, doing certain things together. So it's been very, very difficult for me with the loss of my son. And I just, I feel that we are, for lack of a better term, the term soulmates. We're destined to be together and have been before and will be in the future. So I'm just trying to reconcile that. Can you give me any kind of guidance on that? Or
Yeah. So what I hear very clearly is don't stop living your life because he went on. It was his soul's intention to go when he went. Your soul's not ready to go yet. So take advantage of this glorious life that you have. Live it. Don't squander it. When you fly away, let all of that stuff go. Know that they'll both go with you if you want them to. They'll be hanging out, enjoying it with you. Just do it for all of them, right?
But do we have some kind of a stronger connection beyond, because I feel we do.
Okay, so for your son, Andy, is there a
And
past life?
well, Mark is my son, Andy is my brother.
Okay, so Mark, son Mark, was there a past life connection with Gary? Yes. And more than one? Yeah, more than one. So you've had lifetimes together. That's why you felt that connection.
Okay, so I'm hoping we'll spend eternity together is my hope, and because
Well, you're always connected. You're never
Yeah.
separated.
Yeah, I talk to him every day, multiple times.
In the future, you can plan more incarnations together. So you'll have that opportunity when it's your time and you're planning for the next lifetime.
Okay. I'm having a hard time in my meditations. I'm not as good as I was when I was younger for some reason. And I'm trying to get better, connect with guides, and I can't seem to make any connections or get anywhere. I'm just wondering what path I should follow, because there's, what I should be doing, I guess.
Did you do the 21-day challenge?
No.
That's the first place to start, because Metatron designed that brilliantly to take you through step by step, holding your hand to make it as easy as it can be. It's like falling asleep. It's just, you do it.
Well, how do I access that?
If you're meditating and you're struggling, that's the way to go, because it just takes all those problems away.
All right. Well, where do I find this 21-day meditation?
The book is on Amazon.
Okay.
So the book is called The Path to Hearing, Angels and Guides, 21 Days of Meditation. And then there's a Facebook support group. So in the book, you'll find a link if you want to join the Facebook group, because we're going to do a group challenge in January.
Okay. I will look for that.
So doing the group challenge would be really good for you.
Okay.
And Gary, it's a wonderful book. It's absolutely wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks. Sounds like Dr. Donna.
Yep. She knows what she's talking about.
But there's no actual message from either my son or my brother. Any particular message I'm getting, or
is there anything you want to say to Gary now? The flyaway was the message, Gary.
Oh, okay. Was that from both, or
yeah, because I asked for both of them.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Sharna, how do you know your ego is driving the answers as opposed to the Akashic Lords? Great question. So the first thing, Sharna, is you do some kind of an access prayer for your Akashic records so that you know you're in the Akashic records. Then when you get information, it's probably going to be from your angels and guides. But the way you can be sure, the information you're getting, does it feel egoic? Does it feel like it's about you being special? That's the trap some people fall into when they're channeling. They slip a little bit into that egoic stuff where it's like they're all puffed up about, I'm this special channel and I'm sharing. When you get it from your angels and guides, it's a very humbling experience. It's love, it's peace. There's a purity to it. And you're sharing it just out of love. It's not a self-aggrandizing in any way. That's how you can kind of tell. Does that help? Is Sharna still here? Maybe she had to go. Okay. Well, it'll be on the tape for you, Sharna. Tammy, you have a question?
Hi, thank you for taking my question. I have a two-part question. The first part is for my guides. Am I in the right path doing Reiki? Is that part of my journey? Is that what I'm supposed to be doing, like life purpose type thing? And the second part of my question is, my dad passed away a year ago this past August, and I was wondering if he had any messages.
So the first thing is, sorry about your dad. There's no supposed to in regards to your purpose. It's what brings you joy, what feeds your soul. That's what you're looking for. Because Creator made you this amazing masterpiece, set you free, said, go have this fabulous life, do what feeds your soul, expand your consciousness, have a good time. Those are the rules. That's the prime directive. Creator didn't say you have to come be a Reiki teacher. If it feels good, you want to do it, then you do it. But it's always your choice. So when we take that away and we realize we're co-creating this masterpiece that we are, we get the input. We get to decide about those little things. So if that brings you joy, do it. Absolutely. If not, look for something else. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It does bring me joy. I just always feel like I'm never good enough at it. I know that's silly, but that's,
Well, that's a thing. Let go of that, because if it's your intention to share healing and love, then it's good enough. That's all you have to do. You just share from that place of love and light, and it's perfect. It will get better over time because, of course, you're getting better over time. But what you have to give right now is perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And anything from your dad, for Sharna's dad, anything you want to share?
No, I'm Tammy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tammy. Yeah. All right. Tammy's dad. Anything you want to share with Tammy? Oh, I'm hearing this beautiful song. Love lift us up where we belong. You know that song?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Powerful, powerful love. I don't know if that was a song you guys love together or not, but it's deep. It's powerful. Anything else you want to share with her? It's just that love, the big embrace, letting you know that the connection is never broken. It's always there. And he will be available along with your angels anytime you need him.
Thank you. Is there any other messages my guides need me to hear?
Anything else for Tammy? Out of your head into your heart. Start working more from your heart, thinking less, feeling more. Take action upon what you feel. That is your compass. That will guide you on your soul path.
Yes, I definitely get stuck in my head, but I'm sure we all do. But thank you so very, very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Linda, you do prayers of gratitude before meals, and then you include a prayer for love and healing for the current situations, and you feel more present. That's beautiful. Yeah, keep doing that because those prayers are so powerful, way more than we know. So, Janny, there's a hawk sitting in the tree outside your bedroom window. That's cool. Having breakfast, now continuing just to sit there. Does he have a message for us or for you?
Well, he was there. He had his back to me, and then a few minutes ago he turned around, and then just like less than a minute ago he flew off. So he's been here for I got on about 9:15, and he was eating for a while, and then just sitting there, and then eating, and then just sitting there. And maybe it was just for me to enjoy and be mindful and present. I don't know.
That's a gift. Well, let's ask. So, Hawk, sitting outside Janny's window, do you have a message for Janny? And do you have a message for everybody? No, this was for you, Janny. Of course, everybody will enjoy it, but it's specifically for you. So what is the message? What do you want to share with Janny? It's encouraging you to fly on the wings of the eagles, to go up higher, not to hold yourself back and play small, because we're in a time now, Janny, where the love, the knowledge, all of that experience that you have is going to serve so well on your path. It feels like you've been doing it, but in a smaller way, and you're being tapped now to do it in a larger way. And that's why you're going to soar on the wings of the birds.
I'm just not sure how to do that with my constraints with Mark sometimes, but
yeah. Opportunities, though, will present themselves. Don't be afraid when they come. And I see you. It's like you're a fairy, and there you are on top of this bird, and you're sprinkling fairy dust as you fly around. So you're sprinkling that magic that you're sharing with the world. The world needs more magic right now. There's a lot of desperation, hopelessness, despair. You are bringing the light and the love. You're like the fairy godmother to the world.
So I have one other question. Mark's mom is very, very angry with the kids and I about the trip that we're taking to Mexico after Thanksgiving, to the point where she doesn't care if I'm around in the house to hear the conversations. She said yesterday she's so angry, she just doesn't know if she can forgive us, and the whole idea of doing Christmas stocking gifts is just very difficult for her. And a piece of me just wants to pretend I didn't hear it and not address it. And another piece of me wants to send her a note and say, you know, hey, Mom, I know that you're frustrated and angry and that you feel that I shouldn't do this. The message I'm getting from my professional caregivers, both mental health and physical health, is that I desperately need to do this. But if it makes you so angry that you don't feel that you can get in the Christmas spirit for the kids and I understand, and just don't worry about it. Just let it go. We're fine without gifts from you. I just don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm also hurt by it because she was someone that I really looked up to. And in the last probably 3 months, I'm seeing this whole other person that I never saw before, that Mark said, well, this is kind of the person that I grew up with at times. And I'm like, who are you and where did you come from?
And you don't need that in your life.
Oh, especially not now. And I don't need her telling me and second guessing me on how, well, she doesn't tell me because I just don't, Mark FaceTimes with her every day, but I just kind of make myself scarce. And she had a specific question the day before yesterday about how we were managing Christmas stockings. And Mark said, Jenny, just come talk to her. And she was just frosty with me. She didn't say hello or anything. She just was like, it's not the person I knew.
Yeah. Well, she's trying to guilt you. And no, there's no guilt. Angels say guilt is a waste of time. So let's just ask, what would be the wisest choice for Janny with regard to her mother-in-law in this situation? Okay, so you don't want to go into resistance. You want to meet whatever she's sending at you with love. You are going to send not just beams of love, but walls of love at her. So powerful, they're going to push her back and get her out of your space.
That's what I've been trying to do.
Yeah, but you're not going to go into the egoic defending yourself. You don't want to go into self-defense. You don't have to explain yourself to her. She doesn't need or deserve that from you. But it's not engaging with that either. You go and you do what you want to do for Christmas. She either participates or she doesn't.
Right.
And disconnect from that from that situation, because you can focus on the relationship that you had, which will help you to feel better about the present.
Right.
And in your mind, if you can grasp that maybe she's lost her mind, who knows?
Yeah.
This is something she's going through that has nothing to do with you. And just, close the door on that. Don't even think about it. Let go of the hurt. Don't engage with it.
Yeah. And I was able to do that until I heard all of this vitriol yesterday. It was just like, ugh.
Yeah. So if you can look at that, take a step back and go, huh, how interesting.
Yeah.
With that kind of an energy rather than being offended.
Yeah. I'm not offended. I'm hurt.
Yeah.
So
this is who she is. You can't change her, but what you can do is you can send those walls of love that will protect you and will keep her at arm's length.
Yeah.
Take care of Janet.
Okay.
Not your responsibility to take care of her.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there any message from guides that I need to hear today?
Anything you want to share with Janny today? There's a song from The Music Man that Shirley Jones sings, Sweet and Low.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing. You know that song? There must be something special about it because that's kind of an odd choice. So go look
It's a
that one
musical
up.
that I saw down in Denver. They used to do a musical that was free in Cheeseman Park when I was growing up. And it was the musical one year. And oh my gosh, I loved it.
Yeah, and they also do that part where they sing it in conjunction with Light a Rose.
Yeah.
Whatever you call
It's a
that one.
barbershop quartet thing.
Yeah. But Sweet and Low is the one I was hearing.
Okay.
So there must be something there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll listen to it. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. iPad. There's somebody who's iPad. What is your question?
I would like just information from my guides, please. My name is Dana.
Dana. Okay. So what would you like to share with Dana today? I'm feeling a lot of confusion, Dana. It's like I'm asking for an answer and I'm seeing this grayish swirl. So it's a lot of like cloudy vision, not having clarity about what to do, feeling very confused. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
So now the sun is starting to shine through that cloud. And so it's the angels are wanting you to know that when you feel that way, stop, center yourself, meditate if you can, but just get quiet, call out to your angels. They will come and I'm seeing them blowing all that cloudy stuff away like soot. So as they blow it, it clears away like soot. And you see this gleaming, beautiful vista in front of you. And then you can heave this big sigh of relief because it's like, oh, there's life out there. You know, I'm not lost in this dark, confused tunnel anymore. I can see light. There's hope for the future. So that's all there for you when you call upon your angels. I mean, you'd probably get there yourself sooner or later, but getting the angels involved gets you there faster. That's what they want you to know. So lean on them more, call out to them more, and tell them what you need. Does that help?
That does help. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Donna, you're feeling 6 feet of snow in Western New York. I wouldn't be surprised. Something big going on.
Joanne has her hand raised.
What's that?
Joanne has her hand raised.
I don't see her. Okay, Joanne, if you're here, go ahead. There you are.
Hi, thank
Hi.
you. Hi. I was just asking a question. Any messages?
Okay. So for Joanne, anything you want to share with Joanne? Yes. Okay. So what? I'm hearing Annie singing, "The sun will come out tomorrow." So for Joanne, if you've been feeling like it's a little dark right now, the sun is coming out, baby. The angels are there.
Okay.
Trust that it will get better. But you've got to take the steps forward. Don't stay where you're at. That's what gets you stuck, is not taking the steps. It's sitting down in the mud puddle, giving into despair.
Okay.
Does that make
Thank
sense?
you. Yes, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Anybody else? Okay, I think that's it. So let's just take a moment, you guys, just to bring the energy down and thank our amazing team. So if you'll just take a couple of deep breaths and close your eyes and sit back. Feeling so blessed, you guys, for all of you who showed up today. It's a beautiful gift that we can spend this time together with all the chaos and despair that's going on in the world around us. Know that you're blessed. Feel that you're blessed. Allow the love of your angels to wash over you, to wrap itself around you, giving you peace, calm. And then allow that love to spread out from you, from your heart chakra to the world in whatever way you feel led. You can make a difference. No matter how small, no matter how large, you can make a difference. Just that one act of kindness, that one smile, that one baby step, it will change something. You will create ripples in the pond that will build speed, that will combine with others until they become this massive cosmic wave of transformation that will facilitate bringing us all to Earthtopia faster. Know that we're all in this together. None of us are alone. We're all supporting one another in love, gratitude, generosity. That is where our peace and our calm comes in the midst of the storm. Know that that haven is there for you anytime you need it. Pull yourself up to the bar of the angel love and support, and drink freely. Fill your vessel to overflowing as frequently as you think about it, even before you realize you need it. Do it more often than you think. It will help you. To all of our angels and our guide teams, thank you for your love, your sharing, your caring today. We appreciate your presence and your energy. To each one of you who were here today bringing your energy, thank you. You make this possible. You make it special. From my heart to yours, thank you, thank you. Amen to our angels and our guides. So I will send you off to have a fabulous Saturday, the rest of your weekend. And if you're celebrating, have a marvelous Thanksgiving. Whatever you do, just allow the love and the light to come in. When you feel that despair, just look up and know that your angels will lift you up on wings, filling you with love, showing you more potential than you ever realized was available. It's all there for you, and it's coming. Together, we are going to Earthtopia. Thank you, guys. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Debbie. We love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Of course, up in Buffalo, just a couple hours away, they got dumped on.
Yeah. It gave me goosebumps when I saw that this morning, because they said there were deaths, and Metatron had said 5 weeks, and that equated to November 18th, which was yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Oh, I hadn't even put that together.
I didn't until I heard it this morning.
Yeah.
And it was only an approximation, but it was like goosebumps. It was right on that day, 5 weeks to the day, and then that happened. But if you're not in the Facebook group for the Path to Hearing Angels and Guides, that's the 21-day meditation challenge. In that group, they've kind of done their own side project where they are sending energy and praying for Gaia. So they've been doing this project where they're helping her with her labor, so that as she's thrashing about and going through her process of rebirthing, there will be less damage to the people. So it feels like they've already mitigated some of it. They're probably not going to mitigate all of it. It's too much, but
yeah,
if they can make any of it less than it would have been, that's a real blessing. So
absolutely. Yeah. Your book is actually on my Christmas list.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm very excited.
Yeah, because we're starting the next challenge in January. So if you have a chance to read and be ready to go in January, then you can do the group 21 days. And even if you've done it before, come and join us, do it again live, because you get so much more out of it when you participate in the group like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm excited. Yes. I might have to ask for it as an early Christmas gift. So
it's a fast read. You'll have time.
Yeah. Well, I've been meditating for a few years, and I just don't have it down. So, I do Reiki and been working on that. But right now I'm just kind of, like looking for anything that'll kind of help take me over this next hurdle. And it sounds like you and Metatron might be the perfect antidote for me.
We'll do our best. Yeah. So.